Hi today. Here I am back in my house outside. I'm going to record another story for you today. You might have seen my previous one, and I did 50 below zero, so have a look for that. Anyway, this one is Thomas's Snowsuit by Robert Munsch and illustrated by Martchenko. Anyway, I'm wearing my gloves right now, and I have to take them off because I can't read a story with gloves on. All right, so here we go. This story is a kind of a pair partners with the 50 below zero because they're both set in kind of a cold Canadian winter. This one is dedicated to Otis and Erica Wayne in Halifax, and who helped me make this story, and to Danny Munsch. Maybe that's Robert Munsch's son, I'm guessing. Anyway, it's both about cold weather and what you should wear when you're out in the cold weather. All right, here we go. One day, Thomas's mother bought him a nice new brown snowsuit. When Thomas saw that snowsuit, he said, "That is the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my life. If you think I am going to wear that ugly snowsuit, you are crazy." Let's have a look at this fantastic brown snowsuit and the mother and Thomas. Being very dramatic, don't you think? Thomas's mother said, "Well, we'll see about that." The next day, when it was time to go to school, the mother said, "Thomas, please put on your snowsuit." And Thomas said, "No." Well, it seems to be this is going to be a theme of this story. His mother jumped up and down and said, "Thomas, put on your snowsuit." And Thomas said, "No." So Thomas's mother picked up Thomas in one hand, picked up the snowsuit in another, and she tried to stick them together. They had an enormous fight. When it was done, Thomas was in the snowsuit. There he is, in the snowsuit. Do you think he looks too happy? Well, neither does the mother. It looks kind of chaotic there, doesn't it? Very messy. Well, Thomas went off to school, and he hung up his snowsuit. And when it was time to go outside, all the other kids jumped into their snowsuit and ran out the door. But not Thomas. His teacher looked at Thomas and said, "Thomas, please put on your snowsuit." And Thomas said, "Let me hear ya." "No." The teacher jumped up and down and said, "Thomas, put on your snowsuit." And Thomas said, "No." So the teacher picked up Thomas. Oh, hang on. Here's a picture of the teacher asking Thomas to put on his snowsuit and all the other kids heading out the door. Well, what happened next? So the teacher picked up Thomas in one hand, picked up the snowsuit in another, and she tried to stick them all together. They had an enormous fight, and when they were done, the teacher was wearing Thomas's snowsuit, and Thomas was wearing the teacher's dress. Have a look. Uh-oh. I don't think the teacher wants to go outside in Thomas's snowsuit. Do you? When the teacher saw what she was wearing, she picked up Thomas in one hand, and she tried to get him back into his snowsuit. They had an enormous fight. When they were done, the snowsuit and the dress were tied into a great big knot on the floor, and Thomas and the teacher were in their underclothes. Look at that. But who's peering around the door here? Who do you think that is? Let's find out. Just then, the door opened, and in walked the principal. The teacher said, "It's Thomas. He won't put on his snowsuit." the principal Stern, gave his very best principal look and said, "Thomas, put on your snowsuit." And Thomas said, "Come on, let's hear you." "No." Look at that. The principal stern look, looking at Thomas, who happens to be standing there in his underwear. Well, so the principal picked up Thomas in one hand, and he picked up the teacher in the other, and he tried to get them all back into their clothes. And when he was done, the principal was wearing the teacher's dress, and the teacher was wearing the principal's suit. And Thomas was still in his underwear. And Thomas is chuckling. He thinks this is very funny. Just then, from far out into the playground, someone yelled, "Thomas, come out and play." Well, Thomas ran across the room, jumped into his snowsuit, got on his boots, and in 2 seconds he was out the door. He needs to, right? Well, that principal, he looked at that teacher and said, hey, you have on my suit. Take it off right now." And the teacher said, no, you have on my dress. You take off the dress first. Well, they argued and they argued and they argued, and neither of them wanted to change first. Look at them, arguing. Those people, you'd think they were adults. Well, finally, Thomas came in back in from recess, and he looked at the principal, and he looked at the teacher. Thomas picked up the principal in one hand, and he picked up the teacher in the other hand. That's pretty strong, right? And they had an enormous fight. Ooh. And Thomas got everybody back into their clothes. Look at that. He just got them back into their clothes. He's going to get this done and dusted. All good. What would happen next? Well, you know what? The very next day, the principal quit his job and moved to Arizona, where no one ever wears a snowsuit. You know, Arizona, it's nice and hot and sunny, and the cactuses grow there. Look at him. He is watering his little flowers and his cactus, not having anything to do with winter again. Anyway, that's the story of Thomas's Snowsuit by Robert Munsch, illustrated by Michael Martchenko. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope when your mother asks you to put on your snowsuit that you do, even if it is the ugliest thing in the world. It'll keep you really warm, especially when it's 50 below zero. All right, bye for now. See you later.